Welcome back. This morning we want to focus on some pretty important updates when it comes to detecting breast cancer even earlier. Dr. Lori Medeiros from Rochester Regional Health is our expert with us today. Thank you for coming in to talk about this. Now, this got some headlines recently with the FDA, which set some new guidelines that require mammogram providers to notify women about their breast density. A lot of this will come in letters that go out to these women. New York mandates the letters, but just to refresh the memory, if you get one of these, what does it mean?
So the interesting thing is that legislation has different meanings in different states. For New York State, you'll get the letter that says that you have dense breast tissue, but there really are no mandates for insurance coverage beyond that, and there isn't a lot of guidance sometimes that comes along with these letters. Because mammograms are something that most women do on their own. You know, a lot of women who are in that age bracket for mammograms, we recommend starting them at age 40, are also in a period of life where they've got kids, they're running to soccer, you know, they're doing all of these things that they're juggling, and so this is one more thing. And a lot of people are just obviously self-scheduling this and hoping to forget about it. The problem with dense breast tissue is it provides this technical issue with being able to find certain breast cancers. So depending on density, some women can have mammograms that'll miss up to 50% of cancers. So it's really important for women to understand that, because especially if they're not connected with a primary care physician or a GYN who's actually helped them get to this point, they may not necessarily know to self-advocate for additional screening. And that's important because, you know, that's often how we find these cancers in this situation. We
were talking a moment ago, what happened during the COVID years when people put off appointments, and how has that affected these women now?
Yeah, I think it's been hard for women because there's always been a little controversy about mammogram. How much is too much? How much is not enough? What we've been seeing nationally as a trend, and even, you know, certainly in Rochester, is we are seeing people either put off, delay, or just not get their mammograms, you know, and part of it is, for a long time, people just, you know, you went the same day every year. Yeah. So it was May 4th, it was May 4th, it was May 4th. And then we had the shutdowns, right? And so now everybody's screening got either moved or it got reshuffled. And some people, you know, if they actually stop to think about it, haven't had a mammogram in 2-3 years, you know? What I see as a surgeon is when these women come in with cancers now, there's always a little bit of this, I mean, frankly, a guilt that comes along with when somebody's diagnosed. There's always this wondering of what else could I have done differently? And missing these mammograms is really compounding that feeling for a lot of women. You know, I often get, well, if I'd done my mammogram last year, would I still need chemotherapy? Those kinds of questions. So even from, even if you take out the fact that our mammograms are our best early detection tool, even in the case of dense breast tissue, what we're seeing more and more is not only a progression, right? So disease coming in later stage, but all of the psychological impacts that come along with cancer can be made that much worse.
Yeah, and just of course of getting, you know, the worst news of your life and then wondering, what if I had gone back 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Some good advice there on getting screening and about these letters and the changes from the FDA. Dr. Medeiros from Rochester Regional Health, our guest this morning. We're going to have helpful links to all the resources and support in this interview at rochesterfirst.com.